This week on Travelling Planet Earth, we ask the question, why would you go to Moalboal and is it worth the detour? World-class marine life, famous snorkeling and diving with millions of sardines just metres from the shore. Sea turtles, Pescador Island, restaurants and cafes on the water. The question's not why would you, it's why wouldn't you? Let's dive into this more. Before you get to swim with the sardines at the Moalboal Sardine Run, first you've got to get there. Today's a travel day to start with. Try cars, ferries and buses. So you wouldn't think so, but our plans have totally changed. There's been a tropical depression that nearly turned into a cyclone the last couple of days, so we've pretty much been hotel bound. But it's nice and sunny today. It's the day we catch the ferry across to Moalboal, so we've got down here early to make sure we get across because there's a bit of a line up for tickets.
It's your first time here, Mom? Yeah. Look out, my friend from Australia, welcome to the Philippines.
We took the non-air conditioned bus, roosters and all. Moalboal starts early. There's people around, there's tricycles. I think a lot of people are heading onto the next bus, getting off the bus that just arrived. And the big one, going for that dive with the sardines or the snorkel with the sardines early in the morning, which I've heard is the best time. There's a lot of activity. Let's get down to the beach and see what's happening. I thought I'd break this up into a couple of segments. Probably go down to Panagsama Beach first, have a look at the sardine run, then have a look at the back streets where there's cafes, dive shops, snorkel hire, that type of thing. And then after that, later in the day, get up into the main area, the main intersection, and have a look at the cafes, the night spots, all that type of thing with those things you can do in Moalboal once you're finished with the sardines. It's a bit wet, it's a bit muddy around here at the moment. We've still got the after effects of that depression that came through this week. There's been a fair bit of rain, but looks like the skies are bluing up. Hopefully it's a good day, it doesn't affect the sardines. So at this time of the morning I'm looking out to Pescador Island and I'm not seeing many boats out there. So I think 7 o'clock in the morning, serious divers are out. There's a couple of free divers out doing a deep dive with the sardines. But I think there's probably a lot of people that went out last night, bit of a late start. It is low tide, but you can see the beauty of this area, even though it's a bit cloudy at the moment. Also, just down in front of me here, you can see these bars, which are perfect for lunch and even better for that sunset, even though the sun comes out over here off Dumaguete Island, so you don't actually see it hitting the water. You see it going down behind the hillsides, but it's a very nice atmosphere of an afternoon. Early morning as you walk down the foreshore, you'll start to see all the snorkel sellers and that type of thing coming out. There is a negotiation, there is a different price from one end of the beach to the other. You just have to do your homework. I'll let you know when I hire some what I got the price for, but I'm not the best negotiator either. So these guys down here, this is Dodo, this is who I'm going to use tomorrow. They've got the full range of equipment. Good morning. So this is where we'll come to tomorrow. Grab the gear from here. Hopefully the tide will be a bit more higher. But yeah, you'll find lots of places along here where you can hire, but these guys seem to have a lot of people come and go all the time. So one thing you will notice when you come in, as you drive in, you'll be charged a 25 peso environmental fee. But when you come down to do a snorkel, there is a 100 peso fee, which is also the same environmental docket, but they will take that 25 off and just charge you 75. So there is a number of places where you will get that environmental charge, but all up it should cost 100 peso, which at the end I think is about $2.50 Australian, which is not that much, given where you are. So I've been asking around and it seems the set price at the moment seems to be about 100 pesos for a mask and 150 for the fins. And if you haven't got a GoPro like me because it's sitting at the bottom of the ocean, they cost about 700 to hire here, which is a pretty good price when you look at it in dollar terms. There does also seem to be a lot of people here on tour groups that are all going out together and having someone show them where to go, where to swim. So that might be something we look at as well. Like a lot of places I've seen in Southeast Asia recently, it looks like there's a bit of refurbishment or demolishment going on with a few of this one looks like it was, I think it was a guest house or a resort that's been knocked down. Now I don't know if that's after effects of COVID or it was not supposed to be here, or it's just a rebuild, who knows. But there's a fair bit of work going on here, especially right in front of the dive site. So from what I can see, there's a lot of people offering tour guides to go out with the dive with the sardine run. But in reality, I think if you just come down to the water, straight out the front to the right or just a little bit to the right-hand side of the chili bar, just follow the crowds. But I suppose that tour guide will be able to take photos for you. If you've got a GoPro, you'll get that underwater shot with the sardines. But it does seem like it gets pretty busy here. It's probably that time where the tour groups start coming in. But I think it's very easy to see where the best spaces are, because that's where the hundreds of people will probably be. So as you walk around, you'll find no shortage whatsoever of snorkel hire or dive shops. They're abundant. They're from one end of the street to the other. So it's actually a very easy snorkel out. Where you see those boats out there, that's where the drop-off is. Get to there, you'll see a lot of sardines before it starts, and then you'll see the main sardine run as you see it going over the edge of that drop-off. You'll see scuba divers under there coming underneath you as you're above the sardines. And also as you're coming in, there's a bit of a muck dive there as well. I found a couple of seahorses. There's a lot of little critters there if you look for them. All in all, Moalboal is a very good place to come and enjoy on your way down to Oslob, or if you've been at Dumaguete, Sikihor, and you're on your way back up to Cebu. So you don't need me to run through every Western dish, every Filipino dish they serve in town, but as you leave the waterfront, you finish with the dive, you finish with your snorkel. As you come up, there's a little incline up the road, nothing major at all, and it's just packed with about 40 restaurants, cafes, all of different sizes, descriptions, local food, Western food. You'll have no shortage of any type of food here, just similar to what you get in the rest of the Cebu Islands. I also found there's plenty of ATMs. There's one near the main backpackers, a couple up in the main intersection of town, a few others just scattered around in different shops. So that's it for us in Moalboal. I would definitely recommend it for 2 to 3 days. Get in, have a swim with the sardines, maybe do a dive or a dive course, and then that trip off to Oslob if you're into whale sharks. Next, we're up to Bantayan Island, a completely different experience on the north end of Cebu Islands. We'll see you there.